Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463.
The Sphere Network. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today at advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Ashandra Baptiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680.
What's up? Welcome back to Technocrats, where we talk about the ins and outs of technology to empower the digital you. I'm your host, Gary Lee, also known as G Hawkins. Of course, you can find me anywhere online: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. And I'm with the lovely, digitized Erica Badu, known as Ari McKinney. Ari, what up?
Oh, hi, everyone.
How are you, love?
I'm doing well on this Thursday. How are you?
I am doing fine. Up here getting this watch party ready and about to share this out with the world. I like the new features that they always seem to add over at Facebook. It's like there's always something new and something popular that they're using.
So many of my friends are watching now. This is so cool.
Yeah.
Hi, Tyler. Hi, George. Hi, Amy. Hi, Emily. Hi, Paul. This is amazing.
Yeah, what's up? What's up to all those people? Everybody's tuned in with the watch party.
Yeah.
But we're here, folks. This is what we do each and every week. For those that may have never seen this show before on Facebook, or you're just a subscriber, what up, Facebook Live? We're giving you the gems surrounding technology. Myself, of course, and the lovely Ari McKinney. We're here each and every week to sew into you on a hot Thursday afternoon for your drive home. You can listen to us. You can watch us if you got a autonomous vehicle like Ari. No, I'm sorry, Ari. I know you're not down with that. Not
like
yet,
you, maybe. Like you, maybe.
But we've got some great stuff for you. So we want to just sit back, relax. We're going to dive into some things that are happening in the tech sphere of things, pun intended. And let's get with this. First off, let's hop into a little technology news.
We're getting right into it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, looks like Facebook has carved a lane for a lot of big tech giants because of how they've actually been giving away data, your information on the back end in a way that wasn't really exposed on the front side. Ari, what's going on here?
So you may or may not be aware that there is a trending hashtag right now that is hashtag delete Facebook.
Woo.
And if you, I know, right? Heavy. So if you have not seen this hashtag yet, or you have and you're wondering what the hell this is all about, let me fill you in. So Facebook, as we all know, have been having some issues with privacy concerns for the past few years. Zuckerberg has been in front of Congress, much to his chagrin. He has done everything to not be there. But what has happened is that Facebook has, well, one can argue advertently or inadvertently, given away to some of the largest technology companies in the world your personal data.
Wow.
So essentially what it's done is exempted these major tech companies from its usual privacy rules by creating these special arrangements that do certain things, such as Microsoft's Bing search engine was able to see the names of virtually all Facebook users' friends without consent.
Wow.
And gave Netflix and Spotify the ability to read Facebook users' private messages. So essentially, we've also got, even going deeper, permitted Amazon to obtain users' names and contact information through their friends, and it let Yahoo view streams of friends' posts as recently as this summer, despite public statements that type of sharing had stopped years earlier.
So it's a sham.
It's a sham, essentially. We know ever since the whole revelations that were set off in March by us finding out that they had used the political consulting firm Cambridge Analytica to improperly use Facebook data to build tools that aided in President Trump's 2016 campaign. So ever since then, they've acknowledged that it breached users' trust, but insisted that it was instituting stricter policies to protect against these things. And lo and behold, we have found out that is a lie. So,
lo and
folks,
behold,
how do we feel about this? Are you on #delete Facebook's team after this? What do we think?
So here's the thing, right? We've allowed this Goliath to grab hold of 2.2 billion users. Now, there's roughly about 8 billion people in the world, so 25% of the world uses Facebook.
Right.
Facebook then, and over, obviously this has all happened over time, but flipped the script, purchased Instagram for about a little over $3 billion because they knew that photos and, of course, video at some point would be the hot thing, to get that instant gratification through photos and pictures. So to delete Facebook as a platform, as one app, is one thing. But to then consider, if I delete Facebook, ethically, do I want to let go of Instagram? How do I feel about letting go of Instagram since it's owned by Facebook?
Right.
How do I feel about letting go of Messenger, right?
And
so
to briefly interject, a lot of this it mostly occurred with people who, when you go to sign up for, let's say, a new website or a new social media platform, and it asks, do you want to use your Facebook?
Yeah.
The majority of these people that were affected as far as their data being compromised were the folks that opted into this option and were like, yeah, we'll use our Facebook to log into this. So, I mean, it could be possibly as simple as just creating a separate login for all of these different accounts and not using your Facebook anymore. I don't know at this point. We're in such the muck at this point that I'm not sure how much that would actually help. But I do know that the article mentioned that the majority of people affected were those that decided to use Facebook to log in as an option.
Yeah, and I'm personally, I think it's a very difficult pill to swallow. To break away from a system that now we use to market, right? We spend advertising dollars in, so it becomes a business tool. It becomes a piece of continuity. It's so much more than just a social connection for the pastime. It's so much more in the front of, and we're having this conversation via live, Facebook Live right now,
right.
And we're literally using this to showcase our show. So that's the part of it that really kind of sticks to my ribs. I'd love to hear from either Joe King.
And I own a digital marketing company, so what
exactly.
do I do? What do I advise my clients to do at this point?
That's a great question. And for those that are tuned in right now on Facebook Live, I see you, Joe King. I see you, Reem. What up, my G? Def Jeff, I see y'all in the building. How do y'all feel about this situation? Do y'all feel like disconnecting? Do y'all feel like #delete Facebook is something y'all want to do? Are you using it for business?
Is it something you can do?
Yeah.
Does it feel like it's something you can do?
Yeah.
For me, as a business owner that owns a digital marketing company, it's something I feel like I can't do.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, I can't personally get off Facebook and lose touch of what the changes are, what the new what's happening. So it's for some of us, a bit of a double-edged sword. Like, I'm pissed about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not happy about it, but what can we do? And I feel like a lot of people feel like they're in that same position. Like, yeah, this is not okay, I'm not sanctioning this, but like, what can I do?
That's a great question. I don't know. I want to hear from the Facebook livers, but because there has to be change at some point. You keep going to Capitol Hill. You're continuing to scapegoat the situation, and these tech giants are literally running away with our data and monetizing it in a way that we see no residuals from. But it all belongs. The data belongs to us. So
Right.
it's a tough situation, tough pill to swallow. But let's stay in the news because I wanna dive a little deeper into this Facebook conversation and tie in Mother Russia. We should have had like a
Oh,
Russia flag float across the screen or
we should have been
something.
like a big, there should
Yeah,
have been a big sound effect.
yeah,
I
something
don't know what it
crazy,
would have
Mother
been, but
Russia. But it looks like Russia
Russia's got some
actually had
ish
big
going on.
focus on African Americans, especially during the 2016
Yeah.
presidential election. Ari, oh my.
Oh my. Hold on. So, yes, Russia in an interesting change. They're targeting black folks. So in the election, so we're focusing on an agency called the Internet Research Agency, or the IRA.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we're talking about here is a new report that was commissioned by the Senate Intelligence Committee by cybersecurity firm New Knowledge, that states that dozens of accounts were part of an extensive and complex campaign to suppress the Black American vote by this Russian firm, Internet Research Agency. So it was first reported in 2017 by CNN that the pro-Kremlin enterprise had masterminded this huge plot to infiltrate like online communities like Black Lives Matter and the such. And so they went, I mean, they did, it's pretty impressive actually how they went about this. So if you had received during the election any sort of messages that were trying to kind of erode your trust in like the media, or saying things such as, I'm trying to pull some actual like quotes of things that they used.
Yeah.
For instance, they would use things such as, this is a direct quote, as the election became imminent, they would say like, don't vote, stay home. This country is not for black people. These candidates don't care about black people. And it would seemingly be coming from these organizations or pages or things like that were pro-black, pro the black movement, and they were not. They were Russian bots, and they were really like influential in encouraging people to black people specifically, that our vote didn't matter, if we shouldn't get out and vote. And it apparently, I mean, it worked. It was very overt, like suppression narrative that was working here. And so yeah, it's very, very interesting in the way that they were able to encourage Black Americans to perform various types of tasks, essentially for IRA handlers that appeared in Black left targeted groups.
So, and that's a mouthful, right? So here's the thing, and I think the comments that we've gotten, at least I'm looking at some of the peeps on Facebook Live. Clinton, I see you in the building. Konnichiwa, Clinton. He's way over there in Japan. And Def Jeff jumped in and talked about change and demanding change and having everyone on one accord to do so. This ties into what we're saying right here with how Facebook was used in a way that was legal and legitimate, as Clinton mentions, via Cambridge Analytica, to target African Americans. Why? Because if you can unite us, if you can put us into a one centralized box, we're so much more powerful. The change that we can make is so powerful. Unfortunately, if the wrong people unite us, if the wrong people galvanize us like Russia did, then we see these type of situations where we're simply following, and I say we, I'm speaking to those who fell into this trap, not we as a whole, but you take a good enough size of us, a nice portion of us, and you push us in a particular direction, and it sways the entire population, right? We've seen that with trends that we do, whether it's clothing, fashion, music, everything. We sway populations of people. And this is what happened with Russia. And they utilized Facebook as a platform to do so. And some of this stuff is still happening. Some of this stuff we won't figure out until 2020, 2021, the things that are happening in 2018, 2019 that are ramping up for the 2020 election. We need to be on guard about this.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this was major. Excuse me. This was major, y'all. Like it's it's a direct attack on the Black liberation movement.
Yeah.
And it's facing. That movement. This movement has faced constant public threats from outside detractors and things of that nature for years and years and years and years and years. But this is kind of the first time that I think we're really seeing, or at least that we're able to pinpoint, technology really being weaponized against us.
In our face.
To really, really get their point across.
Yeah.
And
it's not the last time.
And it says, they really, when they were targeting, like, how are we going to do this? They really focused on what they quote as long festering racial tensions, policing issues born out of cities like Ferguson and Oakland,
Yep.
and mainstream media that has excluded voices of color and therefore lends itself to not being trusted by communities it doesn't represent, ultimately leading people to seek out alternative outlets.
Real rap.
It's real rap. I mean, it's this is a lot fold.
Yeah, and it's not the end of that. And unfortunately, as long as they've got the finances to sow into Facebook, and Facebook is an advertising agency and they're willing to accept the money, these type of things can and will continue to happen. Speaking of money, this particular portion of the show is sponsored by the Houston Housewives of Finance. So, did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33% or more than 77 millions of Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month. And 39% of adults said they don't have enough in savings. Don't become one of these statistics, folks. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or send them an email to info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask them how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And I want to give a quick shout out to everybody on Facebook Live. Yes, we're playing around with the Facebook watch party. So hopefully a lot more people were aware of what we do each and every week here on Technocrats. Def Jeff says also an issue that they knew exactly how to target us, which is true because those racial tensions have been spread for so long. I want to also say what up to Day Edwards over there at the consultancy PR firm. What up, Day? Doing her thing. Shout out to her. She set our Christmas social off something proper. But Facebook, we love y'all. We support y'all. Thank y'all so much. Monique, we see you in the building. Good love. She says go to the source for facts, and you are definitely right. Go to the horse's mouth every time that you can. And guess what source you got to go to? You got to go to the website to go subscribe, folks. Head over to sphere.tv/Technocrats. We've got a few options for you: iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud. We're on YouTube, Stitcher, Spreaker, iHeart. We're on everything. With Spotify. You can find us anywhere online that podcasts can be found. And if you find a place that doesn't have us, let us know so we can get it added. And of course, share it out. Share with your family, your friends, your colleagues, everybody on this Facebook watch right now. Share this out. Share it out with people. Just hit the share button on Facebook so other people know that you've got a source for technology news each and every week, that you can ask questions live from experts, from professionals. We get paid to do technology. We are considered professionals. We've been in technology for collectively for over 30 years. So we know this stuff like the back of our hands. So hit us up. We can answer all your questions live here on Facebook, and of course via email, technocrats@thesphere.tv. Last but not least, what I want to make mention of: sow a seed. We're doing something special for the month of December. So head over to sphere.tv Hungerthon. We are taking 100% of proceeds that happen right on our Hungerthon page. We're donating them to the Why Hunger campaign in their efforts to feed this world. So for the month of December, head over to sphere.tv/Hungerthon. We've got our strategic give back, and we want to make sure all of the people around us are aware of what we're doing. One other quick note, Ari and I will be doing some exclusive stuff that's just for you all, stuff that's for our Facebook Livers, stuff that's for our subscribers, but the only way you'll be able to get it is via Patreon. Now, some of y'all have been seeing my Patreon posts. There have been people that have been hopping on the Patreon wave, and we definitely appreciate you all. But please take a moment, head over to sphere.tv/Patreon and hop into one of our donation pools, whether it's a $2 donation, a $5 or $8 donation. We're getting exclusive content geared up each and every day from each and every show that we're sewing right into you, because hey, this is why we built this network, to sew back into you all. So show's not over, folks, but make sure you go subscribe right here at the Sphere. All right, Ari, let's keep this party popping.
Yes.
And I want to get real techie for a moment. You know me, I like to take it to the next level. We're gonna slide into our digital trends. So digital trends is what we're talking about, all the new hotness, anything that's coming down the pipe when we're talking technology. It looks like a particular company that has been in the forefront for 3D, that's been in the forefront of crypto technology, have been in the forefront when it comes to artificial intelligence, has made some more leaps and bounds. So let's dive into this. Good old Nvidia has said that they've done a breakthrough in 3D rendering that's going to have far-reaching ramifications, not just for today's technology, but for stuff that's happening here in the future. So diving into this, basically Nvidia has gotten with their team and they built a new navigated style artificial intelligence that's able to read context from video and recreate those same images, recreate those same lighting effects, recreate the same objects that it sees in real life, basically by learning straight from the video itself. What this means is a lot less coding. What this means is the rendering of things that happen in a fraction of the time. What this means is for content creators such as us, podcasters, for game creators that are doing it grassroots, for people who want to display virtual reality based content or even augmented reality based content, you're going to be able to do this at a substantially lower price point than you can currently do it today. This technology was exclusive to your big boxes. We're talking about those who are big games like your what is it, E3 or EA Sports. We're talking about your big boxes that created your Halos and your Call of Duties. All those companies, plus your Hollywood types, your Warner Brothers, your Disneys, your Netflix now. Yeah, so I'm thinking about, like, it's so many of these big box brands now, but for those that are watching the video, you can see an image of what was in reality that was taken as an actual video, and something that artificial intelligence took that information and rendered it back in a virtualized environment. And we're talking pretty spot on from what they're creating simply by being able to read the environments that they are seeing. And I'm putting up the air quotes because we're literally talking about computers being able to see an environment and recreate it. This is amazing, Ari.
Yes.
This is the beginning of big virtual worlds, like being able to take Google Maps and all the stuff that you've seen and digitize it almost instantly. This is great.
Right. It's amazing. Yeah, my son has had a Vive for a couple of years.
Okay.
So I've been introduced to Nvidia. Well, I guess I got introduced to Nvidia when I was working at Square and I was kind of in the Silicon Valley world. That was like when I first discovered Nvidia and like what they did and kind of what graphics cards could do.
Yeah.
Like I had no idea. Like, guys, so graphics, for those who don't know, these are like about say long cards that essentially just contain so much knowledge in there. like all these things that Gary's just talked about is like contained in these little itty bitty thin
Silicone.
semi-long cards that just looking at them you're like but they do everything. So yeah, I think it's amazing, and I think we kind of touched on something a little similar to this maybe a couple of months ago. But yeah, I think this is awesome. My son right now, like he's 5, so I don't let him get too crazy on the Vive. He uses it right now for like, there's this carnival game he likes to play. He uses it mostly for Google Earth. He likes to get in and get on Google Earth and explore. Which is I'm cool with that for now. I was actually a little scared to let him on the VR in the beginning because I thought it might be a little too overwhelming, but kids of the technology age.
Yep, and it's so true, and it's so far reaching, and I think that's the part that we don't see. You know how like NASA does something with technology 15 years ago, and then it ends up, in irons or your Teflon pots, and it ends up in all these other places that you don't think about. The first things that come to my mind is obviously your video games, obviously your content that you're able to create, your virtual worlds and things that you're able to do, which then changes e-commerce and all kind of other things. But also think about, which I'm going to go back to, is autonomous vehicles, right? So now if you're able to digitally map the world so much easier through virtual with artificial intelligence and make it applicable to virtual reality, now you can make cars safer on the world as computers are able to read the video in a faster way and process that so much easier. And Nvidia is already the leading chip maker behind autonomous vehicles. That's what's found in all Teslas. They've also had partnerships with BMW, Audi, some of these other companies. So to me, this is simply a win-win for everybody. Shout out to Nvidia and the things that they're doing over there. I think this is grossly important, and I'm looking for the growth. I'm excited to see where we go with this.
So am I.
Yes, indeed. Exciting. Yes, indeed. Speaking of places to go and grow with us right here at the Sphere. This particular portion is sponsored by the good old Sphere Podcast Network. So, are you starting your business or looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, our Patreon exclusive folks, if so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at the Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send us an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. So we're doing a little extra behind the scenes for our Patreon exclusive folks over here, just having a good time. Last but not least, we're kind of blowing through these today, and I want to add something fun into the articles. And I saw something that kind of tickled me pink, all right? Pink like your lipstick. Tickled me like your lipstick. We're talking drones, folks, and I don't have a drone yet. You got a drone?
This was funny to me. I do. My son has a drone. Yes.
He does? Okay.
Yeah.
How's that experience been?
It's been actually very cool because, like I said, I mean, my kid, he's a little different than a lot of kids his age. He's 5, for those who don't know. And he's had this drone, I guess, since maybe about 6 months now. But this is a kid, like I said, that's been he's been learning the ins and outs of cybersecurity and tech and all that stuff for a very long time. He's had the Vive for a couple of years now. So he's kind of a lot more technologically savvy than I let him try out a lot more advanced technology than I probably would with a lot of other kids his age. But he loves it. His favorite thing is like flying and taking, photo. He takes photo, takes video. So he loves kind of going out to hike. and catching like the woods and trying to see if he can catch animals kind of roaming about wildly. So that's kind of his thing.
That's
So
really
yeah,
cool.
he's into it. It's kind of our thing.
That's dope. So I've been on the fence about buying a drone, and I think I've mentioned it on, a slew of episodes ago. But there's a couple of, I think, Mavic DJI Mavic drones that I'm looking at, and I can't justify buying one because I'm not going, it's just a toy to me. I'm going to use it to have
Right.
fun, and I may, when I go on travels, I may want to take it. I thought about taking it with me to go snowboarding and maybe doing like a follow effect and make it
That's
follow me
very
down the mountain.
cool.
So I'm thinking about a couple of ways to use it, but I don't know yet. But
I feel you. Like I've justified that purchase because for me, like for those that I own a digital marketing and event marketing company. So for me, it's been super cool in being able to like fly it over events that I'm planning and being able to get cool shots for my clients of their events from up above, which is something that you don't normally get to get. So like when I did a South by Southwest day party a year ago, so we did that. We used that. And it was a huge day party. It was like super hard to get an actual photographer in there,
yeah,
because it's such a big tight crowd. So we were like, let's try the drone, and that was a lot of fun. Use that. But
makes
it's
sense.
causing some problems some places.
It does cause a few problems. And it looks like it caused a problem over at Gatwick. And that's good in good old the London area. Cheerio and all that. Over in the us and places like that.
I lived there for a good few months in London.
Yeah. London's kind of dope. I've spent some time out there as
dope.
well. But let's take a look at this article. London's Gatwick Airport had to suspend all flights because drones got a little bit too close. Now,
I shouldn't laugh.
On one aspect, this is funny. Let me just keep it a buck, right? Because it didn't happen to me, it's funny. But I could imagine if I was one of these 110,000 passengers that was stuck in the airport when the runway shut down around 9 p.m. local time, and continued to stay shut down throughout the early wee mornings, and then shut down again all the way through Thursday evening. And here's the kicker about this. The police got involved because they're trying to figure out who's operating these drones. They don't know. They can't target who's flying the drones. They know they're in a vicinity, but they just don't know who it is. And not just the police. The military got involved with this, folks.
Now is involved. This is serious, y'all.
Yeah, because now they feel like this could be something that's a part of some type of terrorist attack. This new denial of service that's happening in a tangible environment. But literally almost 800 flights were shut down. And it's because of these drones that were flying out. And obviously, people had to be diverted over to Charles de Gaulle, which is the Paris airport, and Schiphol, which is the Amsterdam airport. I actually like Schiphol. They've got a plane in their airport that's lit up, or they used to. I don't know if they still have it now. But it's lit up like a Christmas tree, and it stays there like year-round.
So just to interject real quick so people know what the legal and illegal drone flying parameters are. It is illegal to fly a drone within 1 kilometer or 0.6 miles, about half a mile of an airport or airfield boundary, and you cannot fly it above 120 meters or 400 feet where the likelihood of an aircraft hitting it increases. So the reason why this was a huge deal, besides the fact that it was just a drone flying around, is that it was flying around within these parameters that made everything go woo woo. This is the problem.
And literally it was breaking news that Gatwick Airport chief executive, and this was Stuart Wingate, said that regrettably the airport will remain closed as a result of this criminal activity. So I find this to be very interesting, to be very it's a sad situation, but hey, here's the thing. If we haven't found technology to combatant technology, it's just y'all fault, right? You should have something. You should have the airports geofenced to where drones who get within a certain proximity, maybe they
Or
lose
just shut down. They
connectivity
just
and
drop
die.
out of the sky.
You say it again?
That's what I was thinking. They like it should be like it's like an electric fence for dogs.
Exactly.
Like drone gets too close, the shit drops out, like it drops
Yeah.
out of the sky.
Now, obviously,
Like
you've got
it
to.
loses the signal. We're done. You lose your drone. I think a lot less people would be trying those stunts if it was like you get here, it some sort of field shuts it down, you lose your drone, you never get it back.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now, obviously, from a technological perspective, you've got to be careful on the wavelengths that you operate if you're going to put something like this in place, so you don't affect the planes that are coming in,
Right.
and not just the commercial, but you've got private citizens that fly into some of these big airports as well, on some of the smaller runways that are associated. But there should be something that's able to be put into effect to ensure that these type of things don't happen, especially as America gets close to this full implementation of drones, not just being in play for commercial partners, but literally allowing how do I say this? Letting the private sector operate drones as part of their business functionality through the FAA, where basically I, as a person, could use my drone for business to send parcels. You've got to have something to combat that if these drones could accidentally be in private airspace. I'm just going to put it right there.
Right.
Yeah. I'll struggle to say that, because part of me is like, forget that. You buy a drone, do what you want to do with it. But,
Right.
I try to think for all mankind if I can.
I mean, you have to admit, you'd be pretty upset if it, like, especially, I travel with my kid a lot. I'd be pretty upset if I'm like in London trying to get back home and some a-hole with a drone is like, I'm going to fly it right here today.
Yeah.
And then my flight's grounded for 2 days. Like, I'm going to be upset. But like, yeah, like you, the technologist in me is like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, technology's mad cool, but and it makes you smile, makes you laugh. Speaking of this last portion of the show, being sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness. So, at Elite Dental Wellness, our vision is to create a welcoming practice that will offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We are committed to the finest possible oral care and overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Through our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and a friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel like they're part of our family. Dentistry can be scary, daunting, and uncomfortable. However, Dr. Batiste and her team work tirelessly to ensure your comfort. Make your appointment today with Dr. Ashandra Batiste at Elite Dental Wellness by calling area code 713-789-8680. And of course, folks, remember, mention a Sphere, you receive 10% off your dental services. And that could be a pretty hefty discount just by saying the Sphere. So, shout out to Chandra Batiste over at Elite Dental Wellness. All right, this has been another great week. Another set of interesting articles, things to talk about. You got anything happening in your technological sphere over there?
Well, I bought my kid this robot. And so I'm like, like I wish I had the box sitting right here because I'd pull it up. But it's a pretty cool, like, I don't want to talk too loud. It's a pretty cool, like, dinosaur robot that, like, he codes it himself. He has to code it himself to get it to work. But in addition to that, like, it knows his name, it has voice commands, it can pick up things like 5 times its weight. It plays games. There's an app where he can use to like train it and control it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually looking forward to. I've been actually trying to figure out like how can we maybe do an unboxing of this for the parents that might be wanting to get their kid a robot without me like killing the Christmas of like, you know what I mean? Like I want to kind of box it, but I'm like, eh. But
do that. Bring it in.
I'm gonna bring it in though once he pops it open because it seems super cool, and knowing like that he's 5, I'm gonna have to help him code this probably.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be interesting to see just like from a parent perspective, like how because I actually get a lot of friends of mine are wanting to buy their kids robots for Christmas. That's apparently like a hot ticket kid item. So I settled on this one after a lot of research, and I'm very excited to open it and see how this bad boy works. But yeah, other than that, no, just kind of chilling. How about you?
The usual grind. Working on stuff over here at the studio, playing around with new technology, seeing what we can bring to life. That's about
Yeah,
it. But this has been,
absolutely.
yes, indeed. This has been another great episode. Let the people know where they could reach you at, my dear, for all your happenings.
Yes, yes, yes. You can reach me at Dish with Ari on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat,
Snapchat.
Instagram. I'm trying to figure it all out. Snapchat, Instagram, all of the above. Dish with Ari. And as always, please let me know if there's some topics or things that you would like to discuss. A lot of times, these topics that I get, I'm pulling from conversations that I'm having with my friends on Facebook, and we're debating and we're interested in stuff. So let us know. Use hashtag Technocrats on any of the platforms I just mentioned, and holler at me.
Good deal. And of course, you can reach me anywhere online, folks. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. If you got any questions about what we do here at the show, or you've got a tech submission of some sort, shoot us an email, technocrats at thesphere.tv, or hit us across social media at the Sphere TV. Use our coveted hashtag Technocrats, and we will definitely get back with you. This has been another electrifying episode. We will see you all next time. Take care, folks. Peace.
Happy holidays, y'all.